Alan.
Hi, how you doing today?
Yeah, you're the Fender guy.
Yes, I'm the Fender guy. Welcome. This is the 2015 Fender NAMM booth. What we're standing in front of here is some new product called the Sandblasted Ash series. This is made in our U.S. factory, and as you can see, what's special about these is the finish process for the body.
Yeah.
So there's 4 different models. We have a Telecaster, Stratocaster, Jazz Bass, and Precision Bass, all with these sandblasted ash bodies.
It's pretty interesting. So the sanding brings out the measuring here.
That's right.
Yeah.
What we do is we stain it so that the grain goes dark, and then we take a sandblasting gun and we literally sandblast all over the body. And the grain is much softer than the wood, so the grain comes out, and you can feel it. And then when that's done, then we paint it with a satin urethane finish. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful effect. Each time we do it, it's a different guitar.
Yeah.
Everyone is unique. So as you can see, these 2 Telecasters have a very different grain. This one is much more straight. That's beautiful too. Wow, look at that. And this one has some swirls in it. But all these models have these 2 colors, sapphire blue, transparent, and crimson stain.
Wow.
They all feature modern style necks with larger frets, American standard Alnico pickups, great bridges, brass saddles on the Telecasters, and these are very, very limited, okay? So,
Very cool idea. Very cool.
oh yeah, these are gorgeous, and they sound great too, and they're very nice to play. But they're very limited, so you walk around and film the Strats and the Tellies and everything, but for the Telecasters, it's 250 units of each color for the entire world. We have a red and a blue Jazz Master. There's only 150 units of each color for the entire world. And then for the Stratocaster, there is 450 units of each color for the entire world. And then, of course, we also have the P-Bass on the end. Yeah, you can see here.
There's swamp ash here, is it?
Yes, correct. Swamp ash is what we use. And that's just a gorgeous finish. As you can see, sometimes it blasts more of the grain out than other times. That's why it's so unique.
Cool. Very cool.
And then finally, the P-Bass is on the end there if you want to get a shot of the P-Bass. But these are the American Sandblasted Ash limited editions, limited for 2015.
The standard.
That's right, Standard Series. So here we are in the January 2015 NAMM booth for Fender. We're standing in front of our display for the new Standard Series. We had a blacktop series, and now that is discontinued, but we still wanted to have humbucker guitars in our line, so we've moved all those models into the Standard Series line. And as you can see, they have a much different look now, and there's a few new models that we've added. The Standard Series is one of our core series. It's one of the things that we do best, and a lot of people buy and love these instruments, so we wanted to keep options like humbuckers in the Standard Series. You'll notice that all the Standard Series humbuckers have this interesting chrome and black bobbin combination. All the guitars have a push-pull coil split, so you can split the humbuckers into single coils, which gives you a lot of added tonal versatility. They all come in these 3 beautiful colors, Olympic white, black, and this is a really nice ghost silver, okay? And they all have modern style necks with 9.5-inch radius and medium jumbo frets. So there's 7 different models. This is the first one, the Telecaster HH. We have the Standard Series Jazzmaster HH. I love the Jazzmaster shape. We've been making a lot of new models with Jazzmaster, and this is just a beautiful guitar. Very unusual to have 2 humbuckers on a Jazzmaster. That's really nice. Again, they all have that coil split, so you can split it to the outside coils. That's the Standard Series Jazzmaster HH. Comes in white, black, and silver. This is a brand new model for the Standard Series, our Dimension Bass. You may have seen our Dimension Basses appear in our American Deluxe Series and American Standard Series. We're very committed to this model. It's a beautiful new shape. Beautiful Dimension Bass pickups have a lot of clarity and low end and string-to-string balance. And this is also available in all 3 colors. That's the new Standard Series Dimension Bass, just a super sounding bass. Standard Strat HSS with Floyd Rose.
Yeah, that's cool.
We always want to keep a Floyd Rose model in there because there's a lot of people that like to shred, you know, and meow.
It's It's a big ask, right? Full Floyd Rose.
Yeah.
Many people ask for that.
Yes, they do, and it works superbly well. Makes your guitar stay in tune no matter how hard you use the tremolo bar. Again, it's got the coil split here, so you can split the humbucker into a single coil, so you still have the tonal versatility. That's the standard Strat HSS with Floyd Rose. This is another brand new model, the standard Jaguar bass. We started making basses with the Jaguar shape in recent times, and we've added that shape to a lot of different bass lines like American Standard. Now we're adding it to the Standard series. Very versatile with a jazz bass and P-bass pickup on it. And again, modern style neck, available in 3 colors. Standard Strat HH that has a double humbucking configuration. Again, coil split for the outside coils. And finally, an HSH configuration. So if you want 2 humbuckers, you get an additional single coil pickup, so you can get some really neat in-between quacky Strat sounds. That's a 5-way switch there. So all these models are geared towards maybe an entry-level player or a player who likes more aggressive music and wants to use a humbucker. But our Standard series is one of the core series, one of the more important products that we have, and this is our brand new addition to the Standard series.
Cool. What kind of penny is this one here?
Well, I know, these are all amazing. Well, let's get right into it. So we're in the Fender booth 2015, and we're standing in front of a new limited special edition series of art guitars featuring the art of this man right here, David Lozo. He is an incredibly talented artist. He lives in Southern California. He works all over the world, and he's known for doing this beautiful art right here. Some of the themes he explores are the Day of the Dead, custom culture, tattoo culture, and he has a very interesting take on his art. We've asked him if we could use 4 of his original pieces of art on our guitars, and he thankfully accepted our offer. And so what we have done is we've printed David Lozo's art on our standard Stratocaster. So there's 4 different designs. You're looking at the rose tattoo here. This is called the Tree of Life. One of the cool things about these, if you turn it over, is they're printed both on the front and the back of the guitar. And this is actually a printing process that we do in our Mexico factory. It literally prints on the guitar. If you want to flip that over again, you'll see that we have an amazingly cool David Lozo logo on the neck plate there. Let me see if I can
Polish it.
there you go. So that's how you spell his name. So that one's the Tree of Life. This is one of my favorites here, the Dragon. As you can see, again, the art is printed on both sides. Just a tremendously talented guy, David is. And then finally, the rose tattoo design. So these are very limited. We're only making 500 of each of these pieces for the world. And these colors pop, his art is amazing, and you actually get to see him doing his art right here. Look at him working. You're looking at a genius right there.
So he said you're a genius, man.
I have very good marketing around me.
So thank you, David, for being such an awesome guy and letting us use your art. So this is one of the coolest things we have at the show. This is art that you can play. This harkens back to people who have painted their guitars all through Fender history. Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, George Harrison, they all painted their guitars. So there's a long history of putting art on guitars. And not only is this a great sounding Stratocaster that you can play, if you hang it in your room, at your home, it's a beautiful piece of art. Absolutely. It's literally art that you can play. So what we have here is a section that has a couple artist models and some deluxe basses. Let's start with the artist models. Geddy Lee has been working with Fender for a long time, and we have a new US-made Geddy signature jazz bass. This is kind of a combination of features from 3 of his favorite basses, and some of the better features would be we reproduced custom winding pickups of the jazz bass that he had based on the 70s pickups. So they're 70s style pickups that we custom wound, and we tried to voice them just like the pickups on Geddy's bass. We have a signature Geddy high mass bridge, and there you can see Geddy Lee's signature there on this high mass bridge. It is a beautiful black with white moto pickguard. beautiful white inlays on a maple board, and you'll notice that the neck shape is a little bit thicker than the other Geddy Lee.
Yeah.
So this is not a copy of the version that we made in Mexico, just made in the US. It's a brand new model with all new features. And Geddy Lee's definitely one of the most incredible basses from rock history, and I think this bass is worthy of his name. Over here, we have obviously Adam Clayton. Everybody knows Adam Clayton from U2 fame. One of the most famous bassists, amazing musicians of our time. He's got a gorgeous bass as well. Sherwood green metallic with matching head cap, just a beautiful color. He likes the Moto Guard too. I guess a lot of great bass players like the white Moto
Yeah, sure.
pick guard. Custom shop pickups. He has one of our high mass vintage bridges borrowed from American Standard, and a custom neck shape based on his own P-bass, jazz bass as well. So again, just another fantastic playing and sounding jazz bass, the Adam Clayton jazz bass. On the bottom here, you'll see some new versions of our deluxe active basses. In our series already, our deluxe series, we have a deluxe active P, J, and jazz bass 5-string. And what we've done to those three models is we added one color that's made with akume wood. It's an African wood that has a very straight grain and a very beautiful brown color. And we just colored it, we just stained it natural so you could see the actual color of the wood. We also took the pick guard off for a more high scale, upscale look to it. A lot of bassists that play active tend to like the more upscale look, and we think this looks gorgeous. They all feature our Fender high mass bridges, and smooth modern necks. You got 3 different guitars to choose from, all with active electronics, and they play and sound wonderful. Those are our deluxe active basses with the akume bodywood option. So we're here still in the Fender booth for 2015 January NAMM. Now let's talk about some Jaguar and Jazzmaster models that we've just added. Here we have 2 new road-worn models, a road-worn 60s Jaguar and a road-worn 60s Jazzmaster. These are based on our vintage-style platforms of both the Jag and the Jazz. As you can see, they're lacquer with the road-worn treatment, so there's dings and nicks, and they look like they've been used for many years already, even though they're new. The finish on the back of the neck is sanded off for a nice smooth feel, and these actually have our American Vintage pickups, borrowed from our American Vintage 65 Jazzmaster and our American Vintage 65 Jaguar. And you got one color for each model, candy apple red for the Jaguar and burst for the Jazzmaster, and they just feel like a nicely worn in baseball glove. They fit your body perfectly, they feel great, and those pickups sound phenomenal. Right next to them, we have another version of the Jazzmaster and Jaguar from our Classic Series. It's really Classic Series 60s Jazzmaster and Classic Series 60s Jaguar. These are the opposite of road-worn. They're brand new with no scratches, no aging whatsoever. The special thing about these is that they're lacquer. So they're smooth, clean lacquer on the body and the neck. Obviously, lacquer is our most premium finish. It allows the wood to breathe a little better. And we've done a Jaguar in Fiesta Red and a Jazzmaster in Surf Green. So these kind of instruments appeal to a player that prefers the vintage vibe and the vintage feel of a 60s style instrument, okay? But it's at a much lower price point than the American ones, but they still sound phenomenal because we're using the American Vintage pickups, we've got lacquer finishes on them, and they just look gorgeous and play great. Yeah. That's the new road-worn and Classic Series Jag and Jazzes.
So that's Dave's guitar.
This is Dave Murray's guitar. So a couple other new signature models. The Iron Maiden guys have been working with us for a while. They're fantastic musicians, rock icons. You can't even think of a better representation of rock and roll than Iron Maiden.
Absolutely.
So we got 2 new models for these guys. This is the new Dave Murray Stratocaster. This is based on the guitar that he actually uses on stage when he tours. It's actually, the guitar he has was an older California Series Strat that he modified. So this is a reproduction of that California Series Strat. Some of the modifications would be a compound radius neck, so you can bend really easy. Seymour Duncan rail pickups in the bridge and neck, those are hot rails, and then a Seymour Duncan Mini JB in the middle, so those are all humbuckers. This is really an HHH model, but they're all single space size. Moto Guard, beautiful burst finish, and of course a Floyd Rose, so you can do those dive bombs. Okay, so this has a signature on the back of the headstock there. Just a super fun guitar to play. Nobody can play like Dave, but you can try. And of course, his partner in crime, Steve Harris. Again, one of the most iconic bass players that you can even think of in rock music. And this is true to the bass that he uses on stage. I think he calls it the Hammer. So some of the features are, obviously you can see his favorite football club, West Ham United. He has the symbol here and the West Ham colors around the edge of the body. Actually a very beautiful color scheme. A lot of signature stuff going on here. Signature Seymour Duncan, Steve Harris pickup. Roto Sound Steve Harris signature strings that are flat wound. That's very unusual. And the body is a two-piece maple body, okay? So that's unusual, having a maple body. Because I think Mr. Harris likes to have it pretty heavy.
It is heavy.
I think he likes it that way.
Maple is heavy.
And this is just an icon. High mass bridge, so you get better resonance. All the great features that he loves, we put on his signature model. And you can see him there rocking out. Dave Murray, signature Stratocaster. Steve Harris, signature P-Bass. You can't get much better than that. Artist from Latin America named Sergio Vining. This is, I think, the first signature artist we've done from Latin America. He's a fantastic guitarist. He's in a band called Mana, and they tour all over the globe. And we did a signature model for him, and this is a perfect example of when we work with an artist, we really do exactly what the artist wants us to do. We just don't pick a model and say, let's put your name on that model. We actually build it exactly to his specifications. So he actually created a whole new body shape for his guitar. It's not a Strat, a Tele, it's not a Jazzmaster or a Mustang. It's kind of a hybrid of all sorts of different Fender elements. Custom wound HSS style pickups for him. We have a tremolo bridge with block saddles and this custom plate with his signature on it under the bridge. It's got locking tuners, a very unique 5-bolt neck for stability. On his tremolo, he doesn't like to put the tremolo cover on, and he doesn't even want the holes drilled. So we did it for him. Another cool feature about the Sergio Vining is that it has this interesting electronics feature where if you pull this out, it instantly sends the signal to the humbucker straight to the amp with no volume all the way up, no tone control, no volume. So if you're on this pickup and you want to do a solo, you just pull that out and the humbucker goes straight to the amp at full volume. Another unique thing is his pickup selector switch is a 5-way rotating switch instead of a blade. So that's the Sergio Vining signature model, and it comes in 4 different colors. It's a really nice red, hot rod red that we haven't done in a while, and sunburst. And then 2 colors that aren't here are the black and the white. Yeah. Really cool instrument. Yeah. Stop, you're making me laugh. That hurts. Okay. So what we're looking at here is our 2015 limited edition collection. These are all USA made models. What we're doing is we've got 10 models, and each month we're going to ship a different model starting in March, okay? So these are the months numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10. We'll start with model number 1 here. Oh, that was a very nice twist you did there. We'll start with model number 1. Another thing is you'll notice that all these special limited editions are based on some of our core platforms like American Deluxe, American Standard, American Vintage. Those are really the 3 most important series we have, Vintage, Deluxe, and Standard, okay? So this one is an American Vintage Hardtail Strat, 70s style. So you'll see a big 70s headstock. It's got a hardtail, obviously, 70s style pickups, and it's just a really cool guitar. This is the only one that comes in a gig bag, and this one's starting to ship in March. All of these guitars are limited to 500 units only for each guitar, so they're very limited. Also, this is the only guitar of the bunch that has 2 different colors. We're actually making 300 units of the burst and 200 units of the black to make the 500 units total. So that's the first one coming out in March. American Standard Blackout Stratocaster. This is our flagship model. The American Standard is the bread and butter of what we do. It's the hub of our Fender wheel, and all the other products radiate out from this. It's interesting to note that at our Corona USA factory, there is over 140 hand-touched craftsman style maneuvers that have to be done to create this guitar. So you might think that we just crank it out on a machine, but a human hand touches the guitar over 140 times when we build them. That's one of the things that makes an American Standard so great. So what we have here is a stock American Standard, well, not stock, an American Standard with something special, an ebony fretboard. That's very unusual for a Strat. Ebony's very bright and warm and beautiful sounding, and that enhances this blackout effect that we have a black guard, black parts, and a very interesting mystic black finish that has a lot of sparkle in it if you get the right angle in the light. The next model is an American Standard Telecaster HH. Again, the American Standard being our flagship model. We introduced an HH model last year, and this is special because we've added beautiful block inlays to the rosewood board. So this comes in an Olympic white color and comes with twin head humbuckers just like the regular one. The unique feature would be the block inlays. The next one is our American Standard Strat Oiled Ash. Again, American Standard, so you got our best 2-point bridge, custom shop pickups, staggered tuners, all the best American Standard features, but we upgraded the body to ash and put a hand-rubbed finish on it. The thinner the finish, the better the sound, because the wood really breathes and the tone of the wood comes through. You can actually feel the wood, so you can tell this is a very thin finish. I love the way just natural wood feels, and this guitar has that. The next one is the double cut telly. This is very unique. Again, American Standard Telly, meaning we have custom shop pickups, our American Standard Telly bridge, modern style neck, and a classic butterscotch blonde over ash with a black guard, but 2 cutaways. Very unique. You ever seen a double cutaway Telly before?
Never.
I never saw one either until today, but this is beautiful. The next model would be the American Vintage 50s Telecaster. It was our hot rodded version that we just discontinued, but we came out with this. So basically what we've got is upgraded pickups, a really cool vintage style bridge, great shaped neck, and the unique feature is the redwood body. This redwood is a one-piece body, which is very unique, and it comes from reclaimed wood. So this is probably hundreds of years old, which means that it's aged, the moisture has gone out of it, it's stabilized, and it really sings. The tone really sings when you use a body that's that old. So that's just beautiful. We did a very dark stain to make it look unique. We've done pine, redwood, and all these sorts of woods in the past, and the old stuff really sounds great. The next one would be the American Deluxe Mahogany Strat HSS. So this is our American Deluxe Series Stratocaster. Features would be the S1 switch, compound radius. We have a little contour here on the neck. These are all American Deluxe features, locking tuners. We've got that new Shawbucker that we talked about here in the bridge, noiseless pickups, but the unique feature is a mahogany body. And you can see we've done a beautiful mahogany stain here that has kind of a black burst around the edge. And look at the grain on that mahogany, that's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
This is one of the more unique pieces in the entire run. This is the American Longboard Stratocaster. We call it longboard because you can see surfboards where people have used this kind of wood effect building a surfboard. So there's a connection between the way it looks and also the fact that Southern California is known for Fender and for surfing too. So there's that connection. But what this is basically pieces of wood that go all the way through the body. It's almost like a sandwich. It's built with all these different pieces of wood. There's ash, rosewood, maple, and mahogany in the center, okay? Which is a very unique look, but it has a hardtail bridge. Again, the new Shawbucker and noiseless pickups, and a very cool feature here where you can see through the control plate to see the inside.
So it comes with a see-through thing here.
Correct. That's how it comes. Very unique. That's the American Longboard Stratocaster.
Cool idea.
The next one up here in the lineup is the American Vintage 52 Telecaster with a Carina body. So we took our American Vintage 52 Tele and changed the body from traditional ash to Carina. Carina was a wood that was used a lot in the vintage age. It was very popular, and our 52 Tele is one of our most iconic models. So you've got obviously the American Vintage pickups, ashtray style vintage bridge, a big thick neck like a 52 Tele should have. And it's all lacquer with that beautiful yellow Carina body. Interesting grain pattern on the Carina there. And then finally, the shortboard Mustang. Again, a take on that surfboard kind of vibe.
Looks like a racing stripe here.
Exactly. It's a competition racing stripe made with walnut wood that goes all the way through the whole body.
So it's not painting, it's just the inlay.
It's wood, exactly.
Yeah.
A piece of wood that goes all the way through. And these are single coil Black Dove pickups, hardtail bridge. Mustang being short scale, it plays very smooth. And this is just a very unique model.
Here you have the engraved logo. That's cool.
Laser engraved on the headstock. We actually did that on the one of the Rosewood tellies. But that's all 10 models. So starting in March, each month we'll ship out 500 units of each one of these guitars. So we feel like it's going to be very popular, and because it's so limited, it'll appeal to collectors and players alike.
Okay, so didn't know you sell jackets here?
Well, I don't want to sell that one because that's Dee Dee's jacket.
Yeah, sure.
So this is the very last signature model I wanted to talk to you about, the Dee Dee Ramone P-Bass. Everybody knows who Dee Dee Ramone is, of the Ramones fame, the seminal punk band. Just as Iron Maiden, I don't think you can think of another iconic rock figure like Dee Dee Ramone. He's the king of punk. He played a straight-up P-Bass with white and a black guard. You know, he just held that low end down. This is based on our standard series P-Bass, with a standard P-Bass split coil pickup, kind of a chunkier neck. This is a really cool model. Comes with a very interesting logo on the neck plate. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4 Dee Dee Ramone logo. You remember at the beginning of their songs, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it comes with a very limited edition booklet that has a lot of art and pictures and content about Dee Dee Ramone. This is limited to only 1,000 units worldwide. And you can see it's built into this beautiful display here we had at NAMM that has a representation of his jacket. And this kind of looks like CBGB's would have looked like when he was playing in there. But this is very limited, really cool P-Bass. Again, you can't even think of a more straightforward rock punk kind of bass than Dee Dee Ramone's white P-Bass.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to have this in the lineup.